And here we are, ladies and gentlemen, the final product that I have for review before I go on to making the true and proper videos about the situation. We are taking a look at the Bakugan Battle Planet Baku Storage. Now, Bakugan storage cases have been a thing from the beginning. You've seen this thing lurking around in the background on occasion, and this is the original Bakucarry, the one that was made to carry the B1 and B2. Now, this original one was a very simple design. It had the ability to carry 24 Bakugan, or 18 Bakugan plus a stack of cards if you cleared out these 6 in the middle here. Now, this new carry case, if we look at the packaging here, says that it looks like it can hold 14 Bakugan, and it is a bit of a different shape. I am seeing some fun, familiar trappings here, such as the peg and hole that allows you to wedge 2 of them together to make one really fat case, but here's the thing about the carry cases, is this case was originally designed for the smaller Bakugan. This one I have over here, this original case. And what happened was they basically had to ditch this style of carrying case because the shapes of the Bakugan changed. We got things like the traps and the battle gear. Those things were different shapes, so they had to change the shape inevitably. In the case of these, I imagine the reason it's down to just 14 is because they also needed to make room for these cores. And we also have a spot here for the cards, and we are going to go ahead and test the limits of whatever this thing can do. So first, let's get this thing open. And here is what $15 gets us. We have the Bakugan Bakucarry case, and it has sort of these rings inside that are sort of reminiscent of the newer style cases like Gundalian Invaders and Mectanium Surge. It also comes with Pyrus Dragonoid. We have the Dragonoid card, which I showed off in the previous episode, 205, and it comes with the 2 cores, the Fire Fist and the regular fist that come with Dragonoid. Sadly, no ability cards in this set. I kind of wish they had included that, because essentially it comes with the Dragonoid booster pack, which is going to be common everywhere, along with basically the additional $8 going towards the carry case. Now, there are 2 other versions of the carry case. There is an Aquos version of the carry case that looks like it comes with an Aquos Dragonoid, and a Darkus version of the carry case that comes with a Nilius. So Nilius is actually not as rare as I had previously thought. So it's really easy to get Nilius if you buy the carrying case. And the thing about the carrying cases is there were no Ventus carrying cases, and no Chaos carrying cases, and no Aurelus carrying cases. I kind of wish that they'd included a Chaos carrying case. That would have been nice. They're banking pretty hard on Magnus being popular, and so far I don't know if he is, because in the show he's a bit of a yutz, if you ask me. But first, let's take a look at the final first wave Bakugan that I have yet to look at, good old DRAGO. I must back you, God. Yes, it is Ivan Dragonoid. So, this is our Pyrus Dragonoid. We've already taken a look at the card, so let's ditch that for now, and instead focus on the Bakugan we have here. So, Dragonoid invokes a lot of his old design tricks. You, of course, have Dragonoid's famous horn that comes in here. You can also see his tail up there and his arms folded up. These arms combined with the horn are what really help make him distinct and easier to find in the Bakugan packs. He has the wings here and the long tail. And this actually kind of reminds me, this spot on the front of him, which reminds me kind of the old Bakugan Interspace, the Bakugan Dimensions game. It kind of looks like that spot, only blank. It'll be interesting to see if Bakugan Interspace comes back. Right now, they have an app that sort of copies, that has a bit of a different system. The winning Bakugan basically takes its B power away in life points from the opponent, very similar to the Chinese knockoff. I think it was called like a Steel Ball King or something like that, or like Magic Ball King or something like that. It was a Chinese knockoff of Bakugan that basically used that system. Kind of weird to see that here. So let's take a look at how Dragonoid transforms. Man, old Dragonoid here really let himself go, didn't he? Well, here we have the new Dragonoid. Like I mentioned in the previous video, he does look a little dorky. He looks kind of chunky, but then again, a lot of the basic Bakugan look kind of chunky, except for like Pegatrix, which just looks amazing. But this Dragonoid, it is nice in the fact that there is no additional transformation required. That, like I said, is something that I really love about this new series is everything auto-transforms. I remember even the original Dragonoid, you had to manipulate the horn and the feet, and the original Dragonoid was remarkably uncomplex. Yeah, let's go back to the past and compare him to my classic B1 Dragonoid, although this is Chaos. Yeah, so look at this little guy over here. Although, like I said, it needs some additional transformation upon becoming released. You need to bring out the horn, and you need to fold out the legs. So this classic Dragonoid is a bit more complicated than even this new one. I mean, maybe not so far as its design is concerned, but you can still see this old classic here with the horn that actually protrudes forward. Kind of interesting seeing the horn go this way, because if I remember right, this was actually how Helios's horn worked from the original, and it was distinct in how it jutted forward rather than jutting outwards. But anyway, here's a look at the new Dragonoid versus the classic Dragonoid. The classic Dragonoid was actually built like a wyvern. He had only the wings. He didn't get arms, I don't think, until Gundalian Invaders, or perhaps even later. But yeah, it's nice to see this old comparison. It would be really nice if they like re-released this old version of Dragonoid, and I guess this version of Dragonoid is kind of silly too. He kind of looks like he's wearing a big old diaper down there, so I guess I can't fault this new version of Dragonoid so much, unless I went back and compared it to Lightning Dragonoid or Titanium Dragonoid, one of the later Dragonoids. There's also supposed to be a Dragonoid Ultra that looks like it's a lot taller, and it's kind of hard to tell from the pictures whether it is going to be goofy or awesome, so I'm going to hold off my judgment on that one. Taking a bit of a closer look at the detail here, it is still a basic Bakugan, so its paint job is still fairly simple. It's nice to see that they did some work molding these teeth here. That puts it a bit above the original, and like I said, the fact that everything automatically transforms is also really nice. They painted the claws and the feet, which I think are probably the most important parts, although this just kind of looks like they stuck a Lucky Charm in there, like they took one of the green pots of gold and they shoved it right into his chest to make that design right there. And like I said, there's the Gundalian Invaders, what looks like the Bakugan Dimensions spot right there. Let's get rid of that, shall we? Of course, there's the magnet there, the nice big fat Gundalian Invaders connecting point. He has a fairly long tail. It's a pretty basic tail with a large hook that holds everything together. It has the aim assist arrow on the back as well. This Dragonoid is primarily orange with a bit of green. I seem to remember there being a lot of gray on his design in the pilot. I wonder if that has been changed to reflect more of the green, although his card still has a lot of that gray around the chest, so I kind of wonder a little bit why it's not present on this version of Dragonoid. Maybe we'll find it more on the Ultra. We have like I said, it's another very blocky, very basic Dragonoid, kind of easy to compare to the classic classic B1 Dragonoid, although Dragonoid was a Bakugan that got like 10 billion permutations in the original series, and we'll see if they repeat that mistake, because I, at the very least, got sick of all the Dragonoid out there, like all the Helix Dragonoids and stuff that I basically had to stumble over to get to anything I wanted. I think I still have like 12 leftover Helix Dragonoids. At least like 3 of those are Chaos alone. And now we move on to the final big event, the Bakugan Bakucarry case. It has some sparsely painted silver on the Bakugan logo itself, although, you know, it doesn't really need much to be an appealing product. It's designed to be more functional. It has kind of a half handle on the top because, as I illustrated before, thanks to these pegs and holes, it's designed to sandwich 2 of them together to make sort of a broad super carry case that's fairly easy and convenient. You got, like, maybe you keep your regular ones on one side, or like your deck and your trades on the other. It's a nice straightforward design. So popping this thing open, we can take a look inside. So looking around here, we have, of course, our 14 spots for regular Bakugan, but it looks like it's designed to stash 3 more in the card slot and 1 more in the core slot if you feel like carrying those instead. So that brings its capacity up to 18. So maybe not quite as impressive as the original, but keep in mind these new Bakugan are considerably larger, although who knows, it might mean that we're going to get some weird special pieces in the future. It does fold out flat on the table, although I don't think there is any reason for this. One of the older versions of these cases were designed to actually, act as an additional battlefield that you could set out on any table and play, but based on this large gap here and this large gap here, that's clearly not the case. So, first challenge, can it hold 14 Bakugan? Indeed it can. How many cores can it hold? And finally, can it hold an entire deck of 43 cards in sleeves? Aw, so close to being great. You'd think that Spin Master would have learned from some past mistakes and be guaranteed to make a set that can hold all of the cards, especially sleeved. Using these cards sleeved is basically standard these days. I can't imagine it would have taken much more finagling to get this stuff to fit. I mean, these do come in a bag that was a bit of a funny shape, so maybe if you use like they make like these really tight set of like perfectly clear sleeves that are designed to actually go inside the sleeves like this. If you use those, maybe it would work, but it seems like general sleeves, even tournament legal ones like my chess spins here, don't seem to want to work in this case. They were so close to getting this perfect. I mean, even Konami learned that mistake really early on with their Yu-Gi-Oh! Dual Discs. Only the first Dual Disc could not handle cards with sleeves. Every Dual Disc they made after that could. So, I was kind of hoping that Spin Master would have learned from that, so... But anyway, I guess the idea is it's supposed to hold these cards unsleeved, but I don't know about you, but I don't want to have those cards rattling around inside of the case without some form of protection. So maybe on the next round they'll get this right, or maybe I'd prefer if they put out a case that was perfect to hold everything we need to play the game. I mean, there was the box that came with the starter pack, but it too cannot hold cards with sleeves. Anyway, something to work on. And so that's our first look at Bakugan Battle Planet. Tears were shed, laughs were had, and unboxings were done. And I know I'm not really an unboxing guy, you can tell by how these videos have gone, but these have all been in preparation for some videos I plan on doing to talk about the show and the franchise proper. So, we're going to see what I think about the toys, the game, and the TV show in general in some upcoming videos on my channel. This was just to get something out there while that was getting ready. So, until next time, this is the Bakugan Bakucarry case, and this is Kodak signing off.
Bakugan Brawl, it's a big brawl. Bakugan Brawl is for it all. Bakugan Brawl, standing tall, we're the awesome ones. Powers in our hand, take a